Good morning. Some of the plays yesterday, it really got better with the 5:30 coupon, to be honest. Estac started the day. Job done by about the half-hour mark. Came from behind. Emphatic stuff. Odds on favourite at home. Werder Bremen, you normally expect goals. Went into the first half goals markets for Werder Bremen. Did the same for Bayern Munich and Hoffenheim. Got a goal before half-time. Really low liability, laying under 2.5 first half goals. We only got the one goal, alas. Brighton and Tottenham, some risks attached because I got involved before Tottenham really showed themselves stats-wise and then turned into a confident play. So decent return. You're getting decent odds. 2.58 in that market is very good odds for the plus ones. Cardiff was a loser. Didn't ignite at all yesterday. Port Vale, red card, 0-0. And yesterday was a day of red cards. We're going through now, I think, 4 other red-carded matches, just to show you. So we've got the Port Vale one, lay the draw. The 11 players score first, off you go. Charleroi and Zulte Waregem. Charleroi leading, red-carded. Zulte Waregem really going for it stats-wise and getting back on parity. Villarreal against 10 men, absolutely bossing this one and getting it back on parity. Almeria against 10 men. So it was all about red cards. Trabzonspor, they did get the equaliser, but I went and I think I backed them at odds of 4.2. So I did a bit of getting rid of my liability and loading up profit on Trabzonspor there. PAOK and Panathinaikos. Again, just laying the draw late on. Red card for Panathinaikos, but PAOK's expected goals was awful. Longford and Dundalk. Dundalk didn't turn up, but yet again, I negated the draw. Negated the liability on Longford, thankfully, because they ended up winning. Some losses as well yesterday. I think a couple of lay the draws, full liability losses, which was a pity. But it was all about red cards. You can see the impact that red cards had on matches. And that's something for you to just note. It can be a simple technique you can use. Just look out for red cards. Man United really took advantage of the Reds yesterday. Talking of Reds, we did lay Liverpool 2-0 up. Everton scored. You could have got a green screen there. They just don't look like a team you can rely on for 2 goals, does it? Unless you're a Tottenham fan, of course. They did the business yesterday. So a couple of lay the draws, I think, in France or in Belgium. Laying a late draw didn't turn up. But no, I can't remember the match. So a reasonable day yesterday. Started getting a lot better from 5:30. Looking on to today, and with these other than elite leagues, yet again, it's a look at the pre-match odds, if we can get them up. There they are. So we've got 3 out of 3 odds on favourites in Austria, which will make that league interesting today. In Belgium, Westerlo, odds on at home. Club Brugge, we know they're absolutely chock full of goals. But Juventus, you saw yesterday, only scored the single goal. So watch out for expected goals ratio today for these post-Champions League teams. They might underperform. But this lot, absolutely full of goals, aren't they? Club Brugge look reliable in the Jupiler League. Tianjin Jinmen Tiger, odds on favourite. Slavia Prague, the usual odds on favourite in the Czech Republic. Vejla normally get over 2.5 goals. Copenhagen, no Champions League distraction this time. Although this is post-Champions League. Are they going to see the first 11? They really did impress in the Champions League, didn't they? Bournemouth against Newcastle. It's 2.35, the favourite. Newcastle coming off the back of that Champions League match with Barcelona. So a little bit of an unknown. Can they manage the fixture list? It's not a match I want to be making any decisions on pre-match. Sunderland and Aston Villa. Surely Aston Villa would be targeting this for a win against the newly promoted side. But this is not the Aston Villa we know and love. They're having trouble even scoring. And first derby-style match of the day. We saw a lot of derbies yesterday. Arsenal-Man City is a derby-style match. Fascinating match. Likely to be a 1-0 scoreline. Arsenal are going to be trying to keep tabs on Haaland. Bristol City and Oxford United, 1.56 home favourite. Certainly very interesting this afternoon. French League, Paris FC are newly promoted, could be vulnerable. So keep an eye on the in-play stats for them. Could have a target on their back. Marseille are at home to Paris Saint-Germain. This is almost like a derby-style match, isn't it? First and second from last season, but the points gap was huge. Those odds look huge as well. Marseille have been conceding at home. They conceded 2 goals against Paris FC. I think they could be vulnerable today. Monaco looks strong favourite, newly promoted, I think, Metz. So they have a target on their back as well. So French League looks very readable today. Eintracht Frankfurt against Union Berlin early in the season, but Frankfurt's stats have been excellent in play. Bayer Leverkusen, new manager, new Champions League adventure, playing a Mönchengladbach who are having trouble scoring. So I think if they can just replicate the 2 goals of earlier matches, that should be sufficient at 4:30. And at Dortmund, post-Champions League, playing the Wolf, should do the business unless we get some post-Champions League drama from those 2 at home. Are they fatigued? Did they pick up a crucial injury to a crucial player? Derbies continue this weekend. The Roman derby, Lazio and Roma, not going to be picking a winner there at all. Roma, new manager as well. Ranieri did such an excellent job last season, but he's gone. Cremonese are newly promoted. Parma are newly promoted, so I'd be looking at laying that draw late on. These 2 would be eyeing 3 points you'd expect. Torino, you know what you're going to get with the snooze fest experts. Trying to aim for a 1-0, which was successful last week. Atalanta have been involved in Europe. They look okay. They might have that goal threat to get through that Torino defence, but you're just going to get a 10-man block at the back. Old Perry, Como, newly promoted. The match can't pick a winner. The market can't pick a winner here. Watch out for Como. They're far better at home, though. Como do most of their damage at home. And Inter, post-Champions League, playing newly promoted Sassuolo, should really have that penciled in for 3 points if they're not fatigued, like Juventus were. So just be careful. Look out for the expected goals from Inter Milan today. If they're low, like Juventus is, then they might not be following up with the goals fest that we expect. Eredivisie looks a little tricky today. Derby-style match again, PSV and Ajax. It's not a geographical derby, but it's 2 major players playing each other. Far too tough to call. Pre-match form is out the window. This is a derby-style match as well. AZ Alkmaar and Feyenoord. So the derby-style element continuing on today. Rosenborg and Bodo Glimt. Those odds look pretty decent for Bodo Glimt at 1:30. I'll be following that with interest. A couple of very strong odds on favourites at home. Tromsø would be the strongest for me, showing very good winning form this season, consecutively as well. So it looks an interesting coupon. I'm not sure it's good enough for a live stream, so it'll just be Telegram for me today. Barcelona, Getafe, Elche, Real Oviedo, Atletico Madrid, after their midweek shenanigans at Liverpool, are away at Mallorca. It's going to be a tough match for them. Mallorca are likely to be very defensive there. So a decent enough coupon today. Your lesson from yesterday is to look out for red cards and see the impact that they have. After that red card for Salzburg, Sturm Graz scored. After that red card for Schalke leading, Barajan went on and won the match. That red card for Paulsen saw Sparta Prague turn it around and get the win. That red card for Chelsea saw Manchester United take a 2-0 lead. Red card for Ipswich saw, well, the match abandoned, so you wouldn't have got a play out there. Red card for Mansfield saw Port Vale equalise. Not equalise, but lead 1-0. Then Mansfield scored, then Port Vale got a late winner. So you got all sorts of fun with that. Red card at MK Dons stopped the 1.45 favourites from winning. So you see how vitally important a red card is. Not so for Mainz, probably a late red card, that one, after the damage has already been done. Braunschweig and Elversborg, another red-carded side losing. And so it continues. A late winning goal for Aris Thessaloniki. I wasn't seeing it in play like this match. A snooze fest with the expected goals for PAOK. They should have really taken this lot to town. But you've got the goal there with the red cards. So they were really worked well yesterday. That was a late Longford red after they're already leading. A couple of wins for Beitar Jerusalem and Maccabi Tel Aviv. 1.13 shot there. So just be careful with the red cards for even very strong favourites, because sometimes they can deliver. Venezia's red stopped them in their fight back against Cesena. And so it continues with the Reds. So you have, I think, the hint that red cards change games. Newly relegated Ross County losing. This was the one you look out for. Absolute steamrolling Osasuna. All a matter of whether they can break through the 10-man defence, which they did. This match changed completely on a red card for Atletico Bilbao. They were purring in the first half, bossed every single important statistic. They got a player sent off, and it turned out a 2-0 Valencia win. That is the vital importance of red cards. So you can use that just as a trading strategy on its own, laying the draw when there's been a red card, and hope the 11 players like Port Vale score first, so the draw odds hit tens and you get a really nice return. So watch out for red cards today, vitally important. I'll see members on Telegram throughout the day. I'll decide a bit nearer to midday whether I'll do a live stream or not. It's just a bitty afternoon. You've got matches kicking off at different times. Unlike our 3 o'clock avalanche yesterday, it's a little trickier here, isn't it? You've got the 2 o'clocks and then you've got the 4:30, 4:15. There's no real fluidity to it. But I'll certainly see you on Telegram throughout the afternoon, members. Have a great Sunday.